Journaling. What is journaling? How can journaling reduce stress? Why is writing thoughts helpful? Can you please elaborate in detail?
Love this. Tell Adnan I think journaling is a brilliant topic. Okay, short, clear, and detailed enough to use in a talk or handout. I'll explain how journaling is stress and why writing thoughts helps, with practical examples and mini exercises he can use. 1. How journaling reduces stress. The main mechanisms. Externalizes worry. Putting thoughts on paper moves them out of. That creates psychological distance, so problems feel less overwhelming. Example, instead of ruminating, I forgot the meeting, you write it down, see it as one item, and then plan next steps. Organizes chaotic thinking. Writing forces you to structure your thoughts, chronology, causes, actions, turning a swirl into a list or narrative. Benefit, clearer thinking leads to fewer anxious loops and better decisions. Emotional processing and regulation. Journaling lets you name feelings, sad, angry, scared. Naming reduces emotional intensity and increases your ability to respond instead of react. Research. Expressive writing about feelings after stressful events lowers physiological stress markers over time. Problem solving and planning. A written page is a safe space to brainstorm solutions, pros, cons, and action steps. That reduces helplessness and increases control. Mini exercise. Write 3 possible actions and choose one to try tomorrow. Cognitive reappraisal and meaning making. When you reflect on events, you often find new perspectives. Reframing a stressor, e.g., I failed, I learned, reduces negative emotions. Example, turning I lost the client into I learned what they needed. Next pitch will be stronger. Habituation and desensitization. Repeatedly writing about a recurring worry diminishes its novelty and emotional sting. It becomes less triggering. Better sleep. A short brain dump before bed worries, lowering bedtime rumination and improving sleep. Sleep reduces stress further. 2. Why writing thoughts helps. Cognitive and biological reasons. Engages active cognition. Writing requires reformulating thoughts in linear language. That slows runaway thoughts and makes them examinable. Activates different brain networks. Expressive writing engages cognitive control regions, prefrontal cortex, improving regulation of emotion-related regions, amygdala. Memory consolidation and learning. Writing helps encode experiences into memory more coherently, which aids learning and reduces the uncertainty that fuels stress. Clarifies priorities and values. Seeing tasks and desires on paper helps align daily actions with what matters, reducing internal conflict and stress. Releases neurotransmitters and reduces stress hormones. Studies show expressive writing can reduce cortisol and improve immune markers over time. 3. Practical journaling techniques, short, actionable. 5-minute morning check-in. Prompt, today I want, my main worry is, /one small win I can do today. Purpose, set intention, and reduce morning anxiety. 10-minute expressive writing, emotional processing. Write freely about a stressful event for 10 minutes. No editing, describe emotions and why it matters. Purpose, process feelings, and reduce cognitive load. Brain dump before bed, 5-10 minutes. List every task, worry, or idea. Then pick one microaction for tomorrow. Purpose, clear mind for sleep. Problem solve page, 15 minutes. Describe problem, list 3 options, pros, cons, next step. Commit to one action. Purpose, move from rumination to action. Gratitude plus wins, 2-3 minutes. List 3 things you're grateful for and 1 small win. Purpose, shift attention toward positive, reducing stress. Reframing practice. Write the negative thought, then write 2 alternative reframes, neutral and growth-minded. Purpose, build cognitive flexibility. 4 real-life examples/case studies, simple. Student with exam anxiety. Uses 10-minute expressive writing for 3 days before exams. Result, less intrusive worry and better sleep, performs closer to baseline ability. Manager overwhelmed with projects. Daily brain dump plus prioritization reduces missed tasks and lowers evening rumination. Reports calmer mornings. New parent with intrusive fears. Gratitude plus microaction journaling reduces catastrophic thinking and increases sense of competence. 5 tips to start and keep it simple. Keep a small notebook or an app. 5 minutes is enough. No rules, messy handwriting is fine. Don't self-edit. Make it a habit anchor, after tea, before bed, or after yoga. If stuck, use prompts see above. Try it for 2 weeks and notice changes in sleep, clarity, and stress. 6.
How does journaling improve mental clarity?
Oh yay, love this question. Telednan journaling is like cleaning a messy studio. Once you spread things out, you see what matters. Short, practical explanation he can use in a talk. 1. Forces organization of thought. Writing turns scattered ideas into sentences and lists. That linear structure makes relationships and priorities obvious. Quick example, turning 10 half-formed worries into a 3-item action list. 2. Slows down thinking so you can examine it. Putting thoughts into words makes your mind move slower and more deliberately. That slows rumination and reveals assumptions or gaps. 3. Externalizes the mental load. When thoughts live on paper, the brain doesn't have to hold them all. That frees working memory for real problem solving and decision making. 4. Makes patterns visible. Regular entries reveal repeating themes, triggers, times of day, habitual reactions. Spotting patterns lets you change routines and eliminate recurring confusion. 5. Helps prioritize and clarify goals. Writing forces choices. What's urgent versus important? This reduces ambiguity and decision fatigue. 6. Enables reflection and synthesis. Rereading past entries lets you connect dots across time. Insight often comes when you can compare before and after. 7. Supports reframing and cognitive restructuring. Writing a thought and then actively challenging it, evidence for against, alternative view sharpens judgment and reduces distorted thinking. 8. Improves memory and encoding. Writing consolidates experience into clear memories, so you spend less time reevaluating the same events. Quick micro practices to boost clarity for the talk or handout. 3-minute morning map. Write top 3 priorities and 1 not today item. 5-minute mind sweep. Dump everything on your